and no contact with the complainant.
That right there is a key issue. A no contact order is not a suggestion. It's a direct command from the court. Breaking it instantly puts you back in front of the judge.
I violated my no contact
Relationship and cause number 9, the injury. What is your relationship to the person in that cause number?
on her mother.
And how old is she?
11 years old.
All right. So it appears that your client has some substance issues.
Speaking with her, Your Honor, she didn't notify me about any drug issues particularly. Ms. Posada, do you have any issues with substance?
No.
All right. So I'm basing that upon the police report. The police are stating that when they came out, you were intoxicated. Well, let me change that. They said that you were slurring your words.
Okay, she had been drinking that evening, and it appears, Your Honor, and that appears to be the basis of those observations. And in our estimation, there was a verbal altercation with her and Christian Pedrosa, her husband, and some alcohol may have been involved at that evening, but we don't believe it's a continuous thing or she has any significant issues with that alcohol issue.
All right. And has Child Protective Services been involved with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the results of that?
They are recommending upon her release to put her on a safety plan so she can work into getting a better relationship situation with the child. I asked my client about arrangements for the child. Angel's not going to be living at the household home that she's going to be going back to her husband, Christian, until the CPS plan is followed, that she can safely meet and visit with her and just reestablish that relationship.
So there is not any minors that are being allowed in the home? Any minors that are being allowed in the home at this time?
She has other children that she has with Christian Pedrosa.
But are they in the home? Minors?
They do reside at the home, Judge.
And Child Protective Services has nothing to say about that?
I haven't had any dealings with them. Did they tell you anything about that?
They just said I was going to be placed with a safety plan with someone to be in the house with us at all times with the kids.
All right. And cause number 2023 CR 9788. Court is going to sentence you to a $1,000 fine. That will be probated, 5 years deferred adjudication, and no contact with the complainant. And no contact with the complainant. So why are you before me today?
I violated my no contact order.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
And why would you do that?
And that admission changes everything. There's no argument left about what happened. Only why it happened and what the consequences should be.
My concerns are my daughter's mental health.
Well, no, but there's a no contact order in place. And there's a reason there's a no contact order in place. There's a no contact order in place with this court. And on the civil side, there's also a no contact order. And then my other issue is then the grandmother starts blaming the party you were not to have contact with, telling them it's their fault that if you go to prison, and it's not, it's your consequences. So I don't know why you're violating my conditions that I have set for you. And there's a reason why I put those conditions in place, and your attorney knows there's a reason why I put those conditions in place, and you just want to violate it and pretend like you're violating it for some benevolent reason, and you're violating it because you want to violate it. Because if you cared about these people, you wouldn't be in this position anyway. And the fact that there's another case on the civil side that has absolutely nothing to do with this, that's all you. And so did you get a chance to read what your mom is telling this other person?
Judge, I got to ask, why is my client being held responsible for something her mother says?
No, because the reason why I'm telling her that, she claims that she's concerned about the mental health. And that's an issue, because that person who said that about her, the only way she knew about this is because you told them. And this is all a family situation. And you're violating my rules and you're violating the rules on the civil side. And I'm telling you right now, this is the only conversation we're going to have with your violation of these court's rules. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Next time, I'm not doing a client compliance hearing. If everything is in order, they're going to present me with a motion to revoke. I'm going to sign it. Then we'll have a hearing and I'll see if they're able to prove it by a preponderance of the evidence. Your attorney will tell you that's the burden on motions to revoke. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have spoken to my client. I spoke with her before the hearing was had. When this incident initially occurred, she knew that this was a possibility, so she hired me. I went into full detail explaining to her, especially in your court, how this works. So she is terrified and she'll never be back here again.
The range of punishment for what your charges with is up to 10 years in prison for this case. And what gets me is
This is a reality check. Up to 10 years on the table, all over violating a court order. The judge is drawing a hard line. Follow the rules or face serious consequences.
an adult. You know the rules and you're still violating them. That's a problem. Probation. Add MRT to her conditions. Is there anything else?
Okay.
Do you understand the court's orders? Do you understand that there's to be no contact?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that on the civil side, they're saying no contact as well?
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Now, the MRT is going to help you with your decision making. And what you should have done with this, and your attorney will tell you, is you should have contacted the people on the civil side and say, hey, these are my concerns. And you should have sent them a letter. These are my concerns. And they would have addressed that. You should have came back to court and say, hey, I have these concerns. And it would have been addressed. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you need to speak to your mother and tell her to stop blaming the party that you had contact with. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have that conversation with Mom.
Oh, yeah, because that does no good for that person and their mental health. So,
Of course, Judge.
anything else?
Judge, in addition to the MRT, the CSO is requesting field visits be done twice a month instead of once a month, as well as another compliance hearing in 90 days.
All right, we'll have another compliance hearing in 90 days, and the field visits will be twice a month.
Sounds good, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Should I get that date from Norma?
Yes. Norma, 90-day reset for compliance.
Everything's done.